Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wow, it took me a minute there to realize my camera was not on, but hello. Good morning, everybody. This is Arlene Booth here with Creative Clean Living and Homemakers Creative Clean Out. We are, oh boy, let me see here. You lost me again. Maybe you can still see me, but I can't see the system. So I'll keep talking while I fiddle with this. But thank you for watching. I'm excited to bring my friend LaRonda on today to share with us about what she has been doing with just living her dream life as a retired. She's got an amazing husband, Ed. Amazing husband, Ed, and all right, we are back. We are back. Okay, we are back. I know, I lost you. Did you lose me? Okay, we are back and we've got my friend LaRonda on here. Tell me, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you too. Awesome, awesome. Good. My goodness, my computer was doing some weirdo glitches right there for a second, but let's get rolling. I don't want to like keep everybody all morning, but this is fun. I just love getting friends on to share with me in lives. And now that I've figured out all this StreamYard, it's kind of fun to do that, right? Why not? So, LaRonda, welcome. Welcome to this little time here together. Thank you so much for jumping on and sharing. I can't wait to hear a little bit of what you do as a creative. We met in a creative group, and just, you know, seeing that you're living out your retirement dream with your honey Ed and doing what you love to do. You're like my hero because my garage is full of all kinds of antiques that I thought would always be awesome to just like have an antique store or do a DIY like brick and mortar. Someday maybe I will, or maybe not. I don't know. But you're kind of far from me. I wish we were closer so I could just kind of like have a little spot in your shop there. But all right, I'll let you go ahead, take the mic away. Tell us what you are doing and how, you know, what brought you over to just experiencing what we're having going on with our Homemakers Creative Cleanout group.
Well, first, I want to say thank you, Arlene, for inviting me on here today. As you know, a lot of people are in busy mode. You know, it's one of those things that if you're not busy, you know, you're bored. You know, I'm one of those people that, you know, I am busy every direction I can go. And I can tell you that, yes, we did join in a creative group, and I'm so thankful to meet you and so many other people in that group, as well as joining your Homemakers Creative Group. I can tell you that as a business owner, let me just say just a little bit. I was a florist for 14 years, and in 2014, I decided to retire at that point, just because I have aging parents. I have children that live, one child lives here, another child lives in Tennessee, and I like to be able to be there to help them throughout their life, you know, of things that they might need me for. And as a florist, if you've ever know a florist, talk to them because it's a 24/7. And I loved what I did. I truly did. But I can tell you for about probably 2 years in our store, my husband is the one that purchases all of our antiques. This is the thing that we had. When he decided to come into our store and we decided to open up as full antiques, this was the way we communicate. Now, we've been married 45 years. I said, okay, you buy it, you buy it, you clean it, you price it, and I place it. So that's kind of where we're at.
Wow.
Well, after about 2 years of sitting there, being a creative person, I just couldn't stand it anymore because I just, you know, I can only rearrange this all so many times. But anyway, I brought in the extra products such as IOD, the decoupaging papers, our Bungalow 47 paint, and that became my soft spot. That became my creativity that came back out again. Well, as I have followed you in your creative ways, I thought, you know, man, I joined you, I think it was back in the spring, and I
June.
set June, okay. I set idle, uh, for, 2 months because I'm like, I just didn't have time to do it.
Yeah.
Because being a business owner and taking care of parents and grandkids, there just wasn't time. If you are a person that works outside the home, you know that if you can make a path through the middle, I've always said if you can have your dishes done and your bathroom clean and a path through the middle, I can make it. But I
Yeah.
wanted to do more.
Right.
And by doing more, I connected with you. And that has given me such inspiration to be able to have someone to be accountable to. I think it's very important, regardless what you do, if you truly want to be a part of something, is be accountable to someone. So when you started you had posted, I think, two or three different things that you were doing, such as clean your closet out, rearranging your your dresser drawers. And when you came to the laundry area, I'm like, okay, okay, I'm going to do this because you know what? I got the laundry done. That was never the problem. I never had dirty laundry stacked up. That was never my issue because there's only Ed and I. But my problem is that's where it's set in the laundry room.
Mhm.
When you shared your pictures and you became vulnerable in our group, I'm like, okay, if she can do this, I can do this. And trust me, it took a lot for me to share that yesterday on my page because
Mhm.
I'm just not, I I like to make everybody think everything's okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not always okay because we are running so many different directions. But I am so thankful that I connected with you because made me become accountable. And when you were vulnerable enough to share what you shared, I'm like, she must have got that off the internet. That can't be her. And when you shared that, I'm like, okay, if she can do this, I can do this. And I am so thankful that I became a part of your creative group.
Oh, thank you so much, LaRonda. Yeah, that definitely when we started when I took Stu McLaren. I don't know if anybody's heard
Yes,
of yeah, you were in Stu McLaren.
absolutely.
And if you've not heard of Stu McLaren, y'all, he's an awesome guru who has so much fun energy. I just like right away when I heard a couple of his trainings, or even his Facebook ad that was there, I was like, he's like capturing your attention just because he's silly and goofy and his like face makes all these weird contortions. And at the same time, he was just like, y'all, it's okay if you're not perfect. It's okay if you're not like the way you are dreaming that you're going to be one day. But for now, take the expert that you have in your hand, the expertise that you have in your hand that God has given you.
Amen.
I've always thought of that. In the last couple years, I've really thought about Moses. When Moses was in the wilderness, he stood there by the burning bush and God told him to take his shoes off because he was standing on holy ground, and he's like kind of confused about why would he need to take his shoes off. There's a bush burning right there. And he says, Moses, I'm going to have you lead the children of Israel. And he's like, but how? But why? Are you crazy? Like, I'm stuttering. I can't hardly talk. I'm not worth anything, you know? And God's like, no, pick up what's in your hand. And the staff was what was in his hand. And God said, that staff is what I'm going to use to help you lead and direct the people. And he said, he's like, but still, and he was still stuttering and still making excuses and everything. And he said, Moses, put it on the ground. And Moses threw it on the ground and it turned into a snake. And he's like, ah, freaked out at what God did, right? And then he's like, Moses, pick it up by the
Mhm.
tail. And he was scared to do that, scared to pick up a serpent, but he
Mhm.
picked it up. It turned back into a staff. And like that story always speaks to me and just reminds me over and over and over that last year when COVID hit and life was changing and I lost all of my cleaning jobs, um, that was the income for our family, right? Besides my online wellness shop club, which that held us through the year, to be honest. Um, but that extra income from not cleaning, it kind of hurt. And so during that year, I decided to take that year and invest in myself and get some coaching and get some things done, because my husband Robert is the guru of technology and website building and all that stuff. And I was like, honey, can you teach me how to do some of this, or can you do it for me? And he said he could, but I just knew it was too much on him. I just knew, with him being the principal of the school and trying to figure out all the crazy tactics of waiting through COVID and a new school year, with him being a brand new principal, I didn't want to burden him with more of this stuff that I'm trying to do. And so I came across some other great things and people on Facebook. Life on Fire was a faith-based entrepreneur event, and then Stu McLaren. And I just surrounding myself with a community of people and other people who I could learn from is what I feel like has helped me to be able to grow, to move into like what Moses is doing, to be able to pick up the gift and the things that God has given me in my hand, so that I can help others, so that I can be a better homemaker to my own family, because I do feel inadequate. I do feel like there are things in my life that I'm very inadequate for. I feel like I'm not the world's best organizer. I'm a hot mess sometimes. But at the same time, learning to embrace that and realize that some of those ways are just like getting creative with, you just got to get creative with your time and get creative with your kids, and learning how to take some of those things and turn them into little systems that can maybe bless and help other people. That's what I'm learning. And so therefore, that's when Stu was encouraging us, hey, do paid membership groups, because 9 times out of 10, if you're in free groups, and I'm in a million different free groups on Facebook, but do I look at them all? No, I don't pay attention to them. But if I have paid for a group, even if it's $1 or $2, I'm in a $37 a month group right now. You're in the same one, right? And if we pay for something, we will pay attention to it more, and we will try to implement what is going on and what's needed. And I've learned too that, man, you don't jump into everything. So this may not be for everybody, and I know it's not for everybody. But for the people that honestly don't have the budget for $400 or $500 a month to hire a house cleaner, this is the next best thing, right?
Amen.
Because that's what we do, is we surround ourselves. So LaRonda, when you took I don't know if I can find let me see if I can even share your laundry room picture. Let me actually just move over here to, well, I'll go ahead and share my screen here. Well, now you're seeing that, but I'm gonna scoot on over here to Facebook. It's over on Safari, and you can see here that down here is LaRonda's picture. Hold on, let me refresh the page here. Well, it's not working. Okay, let me go to your page. And you're welcome to go follow LaRonda, and whoops, we pulled up Laura Concio. Sorry. But LaRonda, I appreciate you being authentic and real, and just sharing the fact that, hey, life can be messy, and you're airing your dirty laundry, right?
Well, luckily that was clean laundry there.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, it's amazing that you have a rack, so that when things come out of the dryer, you can hang up shirts and things, so you don't have to iron them as much.
Yeah,
I think that's key too in the laundry room. And when I was doing my laundry room last week, and before that even, I was like, I don't have a place to hang stuff. But when I moved the pile of clothes and washed the pile of clothes that were right in front of the door, that were holding my door open, there's a pile of laundry there. Once I washed those and I could see the floor and I could clean behind the door, I'm like, oh, there's a nice little rack behind my door. I didn't even know there was a rack to hang clothes behind my door. So it's
Well,
really
scoot on to the one where it's all cleaned up.
yeah, let's do that.
That
Amen.
that was
That
the next week that I started. I'm like, okay, I got those clothes hung up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run to the dollar store and scoot on to the next one. And I went and got some little baskets to organize things that I had on that shelf. Of course, the laundry detergent won't fit in those, but it's just I can tell you, even after a week, it
yeah.
still looks just like that. I done a load of laundry this morning. I pulled it out, I folded it, and it's already put away. So that's what I love about this group. It is encouragement.
Mhm.
It's encouragement to be able to do the things we need to do and
Mhm.
have someone to look at you and go, "Hey, did you get that done?"
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you have that accountability partner, that makes all the difference in the world. And I so appreciate you creating this group, and opening the door up. And let me tell you something, if you're in the shoes that I was in, join this group. It'll be worth every dime you put into it. Trust me, it's the best investment that I've made in a long time.
Well, thank you so much, LaRonda. I appreciate your your support and your candidness and your fun. You've brought so much fun to the life of the party. You've already invited two women into the group too this week, and we're just when we get vulnerable and then we have a chance to make a difference with others. There was a woman I was chatting even this morning, and she was like, not understanding what your group is about and what it's for, because she had commented on one of my stories. And so I was just sharing with her a little bit more. And then I said, honey, if you were to see one several of my rooms in the house right now, you might wonder why I'm leading this group. And she's like, and then she has 7 kids, and she's a
Oh,
single
wow.
mom. And she said, the thing that I struggle with is the kids' clothes and the laundry. People give us clothes all the time, and I just can't keep up with it all, like going through all this. And I said, girl, I get it. I have 3, you have 7, you have double me. I can't even imagine. But whenever it was probably a month or so ago when I cleaned out my girls' closets, I had enough clothes to like literally I had a van load full, probably about 10 or 12 garbage bags full, and shared them with a Haitian lady who was probably going to resell them or give them away. But I posted some of them on Marketplace, and she was like, I'll give you all of these. Okay, I'll take them all. And so it was really awesome. Excuse me. Whenever we get to that point where we're going to like just make that decision that we don't need so much stuff, when we
Mhm.
don't need it all. Like literally, I feel like I could go through my kids' rooms again and purge. Like the other night, Kylie went up to bed. Natalie had done our wonderful thing and like fixed all her comforter and made it all special for her. But Kylie was overwhelmed with the fact that all the stuffed animals had just been thrown up on her bed, because Natalie just went like started throwing them all back up for her. And Kylie, she's 7. She's like climbing up there. She's like crying and overwhelmed. And she's like, Mom, I don't know what to do with all these stuffed animals. I can't even sleep. There's nowhere I can sleep. And I was like, will you right now pick 5 and throw them down to me and I'll get rid of them?
Mhm.
She was like, okay. And so she like tried to pick and she threw one. Tried to pick. I said, don't even think about it. Just pick
Mhm.
5 and throw them down to me. Don't even think about it. And she just like right away picked 5. And the fifth one was hard for her. She was like, so and so gave me this. I don't know. I'm like, it's okay. You're gonna be
Mhm.
okay if you let it go. And I feel like I'm trying to implement that and teaching my own kids that, and doing it myself, that we don't have to keep everything. But I love to scrounge. I love to find bargains. I love to not dumpster dive, but when I drive by someone's trash and I see a piece of furniture that's still great and nice and not moldy or whatever, and I'm like, I could redo that. I could repaint that and remake it. That's what God did to my heart, So I feel like rescuing it and not letting it go in the landfill. So I wouldn't say my garage is full of that, but there's several pieces in my garage that are like that, and some even out on my porch. So, but I'm just saying, y'all, there are things we've got to part with so that, and this is key, so that we can move forward into what God really wants us to do. You may feel really called to lead a group of women at your church. You may feel really called to cook meals for people, or be able to start a new business, or be able to play with your grandkids more and do crafty things with them, or whatever it may be. But you feel stuck at home. You're just like, I can't even get past, this clutter so that I can clear a space to get creative, let alone leave it sit there until we work on it the next time. And that's my goal, is I want to work on my garage so that I can have a place for my girls to have friends over, and their moms maybe, to just like make it a cute, awesome studio out there in the garage so that we can just have fun and get creative together. And it wouldn't have to take up my whole dining room space. So that's my end goal with this. And I hope that it happens before this Christmas. But, we have to be kind to ourselves and set some goals. And that's one thing we're going to be doing in this group in the next week or so. We're going to get on a Zoom together and have a vision. We're going to make a vision board for our homes. And I feel like many of us don't do that. We don't let's write down what I want to accomplish. I want to clean out the pantry. I want to, purge this closet, and I want to work on the garage. So we're going to make a vision board of those tasks that we want to accomplish, so that in the next few weeks, one by one, you just take one a week, you're winning. Even one a month, if that's better for you, then you're winning. Because small accomplishments make your heart feel lighter and make the anxiety and the stress loosen up in your life.
If I could mention something right quick, I think that the big thing, and you touched on this in the group the other day, is not making it bigger than what it should be. About taking something and go, you know what? You thought this was going to take you 30 minutes and took you 5. That's the thing. When I went to cleaning out my dresser drawer, I'm like, I'm setting my timer. 5 minutes, I had that drawer cleaned out and reorganized. So don't make the picture bigger than what it is. Narrow it down and know that, like you say, take one bite at a time.
Yes, exactly. Awesome. Thank you so much, LaRonda. We're gonna jump off here, but thank you. I'm loving people saying hi. Keisha, good morning. Annette, good morning. Allison, Amy, hey. Tell me what your thoughts are. What do you struggle with at home? What do you got to clean up? What's your big goal you'd like to get done before Christmas? Think about it. We've got, 4 months yet till Christmas, till holidays, but Christmas stuff is already out in Hobby Lobby. I try to avoid those stores because I'm like, I'm not ready for Christmas yet. But
hang on. Look at my page, because I'm creating a whole Christmas area. So jump over to my page. Look at that, because we're creating a whole vintage Christmas area.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it. I love vintage too. That's how I decorate at Christmas time. So I'm definitely going to be making a purchase from your online store. But the thing is, we've got August, half of August, and then all of September. And then there's October. I don't even do Halloween decorating. But come November, I'm going to be pulling Christmas stuff out. I do a little bit of fall decorating, but not a lot. And so if I know in my mind I have 2 months, and my goal is to have this, and this done before November, then those are the goals that I'm going to put on my vision board. And I'm going to take a picture of it and put it in this group. And I'm going to have the ladies hold me accountable to it. Okay. And that's what I would love for you all to do the same, because it will make us feel so much better at Christmas time to spend this time with our families, to be able to entertain and to be able to like have people over. And if you've got a family member that comes at Christmas time who's like nosy Susie, who looks under your bathroom cupboards or, wants to help you cook in the kitchen and you love to cook in the kitchen, but girl, we know some of those like spice cupboards and some of those dishes cupboards aren't straightened and you're embarrassed about it. So you don't really want her to come cook with you. This is the time to actually get those done. You got 2 months. Okay. And honestly, whenever I sat there and cleaned out a kitchen cupboard one time, I was like, why do I make this so difficult? It literally took me 10 or 15 minutes to do the darn cupboard. So you're right. Setting a timer, 15 minutes is where I've become much more diligent in doing. So, any closing thoughts, LaRonda, as we wrap this up?
All I'm going to say is if you're the kind of person that your life is busy and you just feel so overwhelmed with everything around you, jump in this group. Arlene is awesome. And there's a lot of great people in there that's very encouraging.
Yeah.
I posted the beginning picture, the next picture, and the next picture, and people were posting and saying, great job. And you know what? Everybody wants to know they're doing a great job. And if you're that kind of person, jump in this group. It's worth it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Celebrating is what we love to do. We have contests every week and give away gift cards and stuff. So, all right, guys, check out the website, the link below. I'll also put it in the comments of the video. I'm also going to attach LaRonda's page. If you want to go follow her, go like her page, check out what she does. She'll mail you some beautiful things that you can decoupage or get creative with, even make cards with. But she has some fun stuff going on too. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a really awesome creative clean day. Amy, yes, the link for her store, we're going to get it in here too.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.